Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa Morell and I'm a personal stylist. I don't usually start the video off like this. I've literally just blow dried my hair now. So I'm off to America in about 6 hours time. So I'm getting ready in the studio, and for this video we're going to bring you a mix. I'm going to take you along to America with me to go in all the American shops and try on all the clothes and do a normal sort of haul for you. But initially we're going to do a Q&A session for you. Now, I know two of the questions that are coming up straight away, so I'm prepared for them. The first is, how do I do my hair? So I'm going to switch these on and I'm going to do my hair whilst I talk to you. And then the second is, oh my goodness, in fact, how many questions have we had about this, Amy?
God, I can't count. I'm going to.
Amy's sitting next to me. It's the reason why I am completely barefaced. You will never usually see this. I should say the studio lights are all back there, by the way. So this is truly what I look like, you know, wrinkles and all. But Renew+Me. So this is a product that Hannah, our makeup artist, made me try. Bearing in mind that I don't do skincare at all. Like literally at all. I'm nearly 50. I should be ashamed of myself. But nearly 3 months ago now, I tried this. It's a personalised serum in a cream, basically. Comes in this really cute bottle with your name on it. And all the ingredients in here you will not find in any normal anti-aging product that you get on the high street. This is actually designed by dermatologists. All I had to do is fill out a form online telling them where my skin concerns were. So my skin concerns were a lot of pigmentation here. I had redness all under my eyes and on my eyelids. Oh, I should point out that I've got a bruise there on my face from some dental work that I've had to have done. So that's that one. That's not to do with the cream. But yeah, pigmentation, just dryness, just feeling old and just a bit old and haggard basically. And so I filled the form out and they sent me this. It's got this twist and click bottle, so you literally just turn it once and the right amount is dispensed on the top. You put it on in the evening. It makes your skin feel absolutely lovely. And everybody on Instagram has been asking me for a 3-month update. I'm not quite at the 3 months, I'm at 2.5 months, but I can categorically tell you that that alone has completely changed the texture of my skin, how smooth it is. Of course, it hasn't got rid of my wrinkles, you know, they are all there. But they do feel finer. I don't know if that's all in my head or not, but you know what? If it makes me feel confident, I'm going with it. It has definitely plumped my skin up. It's got collagen in. And I asked for extra ingredients like extra hydration. And like I say, I wanted to smooth my skin down. So, you know, in all honesty, I don't know what it's got in it, but it's done all those things is what I would say. So here is my skin as it is right now. And if I can find a before photograph before I started on it, then I will put that up as well. But that is now the foundation I'm working with to put my makeup on. Amy, you know we had a code for Instagram. Yeah. Can we use the same Instagram code on YouTube?
Absolutely. So it's styling.
Styling. Okay, the code is styling. And what's that going to give them?
For your first month, it'll be for £4.99.
First month, £4.99. Try it. Like I say, I saw results after 1 week and I've seen even more after the 2.5 months. It then renews and it comes to you every month, so you don't even have to worry about going out and getting it either. Do you know what it says? It does what it says on the tin. Smooths, firms and brightens. And for me, the majority of my hyperpigmentation has also gone. So yeah. Right, I'm going to put my makeup on and then I'm going to come back to you and do my hair. Right, onto my hair. There is nothing technical going on here, so I am just going to ask Amy to throw some questions at me. But first of all, basically all I do is I put it around the curler like that and I hold the end out. Can you see that? So I'm keeping that straight and then I'm just letting it go down. I don't, as you can see, I don't part my hair back. I do it in sections. But a lot of people will like clip the sections back first of all, and I also go in different ways. So at the moment I'm doing 2 the one way, and then if I remember I do 1 the other way.
It's a real wham bam thank you ma'am, isn't it?
It's not technical as I told you, but this is how I do it. Okay, shoot then, Amy. What are the questions?
So you've got loads of questions on your fitness and health, but there's so many. So could you just do like an overview?
A quick summary.
Yeah.
Okay, so I find it's so interesting that people are asking this now. And the first thing I would say is that it has been a journey of nearly 2 years, to be honest with you. So 2 years ago, myself and Joe went to a health retreat where we had to give up any sort of caffeine. And I've never drunken a cup of coffee anyway, but I did used to drink tea. And from that point, so like I say, nearly 2 years ago, I now only drink hot water and cold water. And I think that's been the single biggest effect for everything, for skin, for inflammation and all of that. Then Joe got me on a healthy eating program, which I was a pretty healthy eater anyway. And combined with that, about 4 years ago, I got a bug when I was in Croatia. I lost 1 stone and 4 pounds in 4 weeks, and I've never really recovered from that bug. So I got a load of like tests done on my gut and all that sort of stuff. So basically it's been a combination of getting my gut sorted, clean diet, only drinking water, no alcohol at all for many years actually. And then I do reformer Pilates, and then in the last 9 months I've started doing heavy weights, and I think it's the lifting of the heavy weights which has started to change the shape of my body a little bit. It's definitely made my legs leaner, and it's also taken the weight off my back of my arms, she says, as I see them up there like that. But usually I carry my weight on my arms, and that has definitely started to reduce. And so yeah, so I'd say it wasn't quick. And well, I don't think there is ever a quick fix, to be honest, and it's a lot of things all at the same time working together. Oh, I also had a Dutch test done, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, you weren't here then? No. So a Dutch test is a complete hormone test. I had it done with Pippa Campbell, and it shows if you're like insulin, high levels of insulin or high levels of estrogen. And yeah, it's a really detailed test, and that was really good as well, because that then put me on a program based on where my hormones were at. So that's it. Yeah.
Just broken every coffee lover's heart around the
sorry.
But, yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Next question: how to disguise big boobs in clothes?
You shouldn't try and disguise big boobs in clothes. That's probably your problem. You should follow the profile down, and your boobs are going to look smaller.
Okay. How much of the clothes that you show on social media do you actually keep for yourself?
Oh, well, is this after the girls in the office have stolen half of them? How many do I keep for myself? So I keep certain brands, I would say. So I typically will keep a lot of stuff from Zara. That's probably one of my favourite high street brands, as well as Me+Em and Varley, because there's just always such lovely quality. Everything else we either put on Vinted, or if it's just everyday women's wear, then we take them to the Women's Refuge, where you have to meet them sort of at a secret location and pass over the clothes that way, because you actually can't find out where the Women's Refuge is, which is obviously very sensible. So that makes us feel better about the volume, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. How often should you change your hairstyle to match your outfit?
Oh, well, I suppose you should, in theory, change it a lot, but I hardly change
what they mean as well is not like the colour of your hair or the
style, whether you put it up or down.
Yeah.
So if I'm going out in an evening, for example, I would definitely change it up based on my outfit, but in the daytime I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can really impact an outfit, especially if you've got some sort of nice shoulder detail on, you want it up so you can see that shoulder detail.
Yeah. And then one that probably aligns with you a little bit is outfit ideas for a big birthday. I'm 50 in the summer.
50 in the summer. I'm 50 in September as well, so I get this. But is that all they've said?
How not many details.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if you can hear Amy clearly or not, but basically the lady has said exactly word for word.
Literally, outfit details for a big birthday. I'm 50 in the summer.
Outfit details for a big birthday. I'm 50 in the summer. Well, we don't know whether you are having that outside inside, whether it's in the daytime, in the evening, whether you can wear heels, whether you are short, whether you are tall, whether you are curvier. So we can't answer questions like that. So how we can answer questions like that is on a one-on-one service, obviously. You can go and look at Instagram or YouTube, where we've done loads and loads of occasion wear videos. But also our curves course as well, that does occasion wear on quite a few of the people there as well. But basically, if you want something so specific like that, you need to book an hour with one of our stylists.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Best casual jackets to wear with maxi dresses for a large bust/stomach.
Okay, so the first thing I would say is, if you're having to wear a jacket with a maxi dress, then maybe consider not wearing the maxi dress in the first place. Usually dresses like that look better when you haven't got a jacket on. So yeah, but if the reality is that you need one, then usually a denim, but not the traditional denim. Loads of people sort of our age wear the ones that are too tight for them, and then combined with a maxi dress and then combined with a comfortable shoe, it makes them look really old-fashioned. So if you are going to wear a denim, then the dress needs to be a little bit more on trend, and so does the shoes.
Okay, more suggestions on short torso as well as dropped waist.
We've done loads on short torso. Well, on our styling course, we actually do short torso, balanced and long torso. We go into detail on that. But we've also recently done something on Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's loads you can find on that one. Yeah.
What inspired you to do what you do, and how did you decide to do it?
Oh, what inspired me was that I lost all of my money, all of my fabric designs when I was designing my own range many years ago. And as a result of that, I wanted to do something that only involved myself. And I'd love the styling element of creating my own range, but I didn't like dealing with the manufacturers and them letting me down. So I started to pursue the styling side, and then very quickly realised that styling models gave me no satisfaction whatsoever. Where when I used my skills on my friends and my parents, like my mom and things like that, you could see the difference you made for real women, and I was like, that is going to be my niche.
Can you please say what sizes you're wearing in try-ons on social media, because it's really helpful?
Yeah, we can do that. I think obviously we always do try and do that, but I think what people don't get is that I'm doing the lighting, the camera, the editing in between.
There's so much to remember.
There's so much to remember that we try and give you as much as possible, but yeah, we will try harder to give you the sizes, but generally speaking, I'm a size small or a size 8.
Okay, do you ever film in people's wardrobes? I would love to see you restyle someone's wardrobes and see where the gaps are.
Yes, you can see it online on YouTube. Yeah, we've got loads on YouTube. There's at least 2 that I remember on YouTube where we do a complete wardrobe restyle. Yeah.
I've just started using the Whirring app and plan outfits. What do you think of them?
The Whirring app. Okay, so this is where you take photographs of everything that you've got in your wardrobe, you upload it to an app, and it's meant to give you ideas of what to wear. How do I rate them? The controller of the app needs to be a good enough stylist to put everything together. So no, I don't rate them, to be honest.
Probably worthwhile pointing out what you're doing with your hair, actually, because a lot of people, when they curl their hair, are then frightened to comb or brush.
Okay, yeah, so I have got this brush with the long thing on there, and I'm just running that through to separate the curls, and then that would be my hair done. Yeah. Right. Any other questions?
Yeah, you've got a couple more, so we'll go through them.
Okay.
Summer and autumn winter fashion for inverted triangle body shapes with a pot belly.
Inverted triangle with a pot belly. First of all, like I say to everyone, check that you're an inverted triangle. I'd say 99.9% of people that come to me saying they're an inverted triangle are not. They believe they're broad because of their bust or because of the weight around the back of the shoulder blades there, sort of the thickness around the back. Again, we show this on our styling curve. If you are an inverted triangle, that tip there, right there on your shoulder, is broader than any other part of you. and then you go down like that, so your hips are narrow as well. That is the true definition, and I rarely ever see it. And when I do see it, it tends to be on sports ladies and ladies who are very slender.
Yep.
As soon as you start to put a bit of weight on around your stomach area, then you're no longer an inverted triangle. And then but for this lady who's asking the question, if you think about it, if you're saying you're broad on top here and you're broad on your stomach, then you've got to broaden the bottom half of you in order to balance yourself out.
Okay. Why do balloon sleeves look enormous on me when they're so pretty on you?
Oh, well,
that's a lovely comment.
Yeah, thank you. That's probably because you've got a big bust and you're doing the buttons up too high. You need to sort of open the neckline out like that. And then probably because you're not balancing out the bottom half of you as well.
Perfect. That's all the questions.
That's it. Great. Okay. I need to go to America. So I will see you in a couple of minutes, but this time over there, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. If you can press that subscribe, we would be very, very grateful. So I am now in Princeton in New Jersey. My daughter's got a few weeks work experience in their science department. She's only 16, so I've come out to accompany her, and I'm obviously taking quite a few meetings and doing some filming for YouTube and for other companies whilst I'm here. So this is what I am wearing today to go into New York. Now, I went into New York the other day and I quickly learnt my lesson that you don't wear a short skirt. Well, for me, I found it wasn't short, it was kind of mid-length to here, but then when you sat down, obviously it rides up, and I found that my bottom cheeks were actually sitting on like the tube, subway, whatever they call it here, sort of raw seats, and in the hot condition it just didn't feel very nice basically. So despite it being very warm, I am still in a long dress. This one is from Mango. I believe it's in the sale. So in fact, I think it's got I think it's like maybe nearly in half price. I will link it. I've got my Me+Em bag there. I've also got my basket bag with me as well, because apparently it's going to rain here, although it's said that every single day since we've been here, and it hasn't yet. But I've got my umbrella in there. I've got my book for being on the train. So I've always got another bag with me, but the small one here is that perfect size for putting your wallet in and keeping it close by. So that's me ready to go out today. I'm hoping to get to shops like Athropologie, Everlane, Suzanne, Me+Em, and this video might go out in 2 parts. It depends how much I find for you. So let me go and get started and I will take you along. So first up, a fantastic dupe of the Varley sets. They come in 3 or 4 different colours. I saw like a light blue, a grey, and it feels exactly like the double soft fabric of Varley, but from what I can tell, it is 1/3 of the price. As you can see right now, I've got the trousers on. They've got a false sort of panel there, pockets, and I've gone for the straight leg in them, although they also do the tapered leg, which I'm about to try on, but it honestly feels just as lovely as Varley does. So for you guys in America that can get this at Nordstrom, I would definitely be buying this. Love the shape of that top as well, really, really nice. There you go, there is the tapered leg ones. I've had to turn them up at the bottom, but they are just as nice, just as soft. I'm loving the American changing rooms, you know. Look how far back I am. You can get the whole of me in. If that was in the UK now, we would have to be against the door and still only get our tops in. So yeah, really nice. I should say on the jumper as well, it's got a tie there, so you don't need to actually tuck it in, which is often good if you don't want to add any extra bulk in there. But yeah, nice set. Moving on to the next thing. So next up, I love both of these pieces, although I think the shorts are just a little bit tight. They're particularly pulling around this area, and when you sit down, you don't want that seam digging in. So always go up a little bit of a size there to prevent that, but love the length of these shorts. What I would say is if you have got a curvier leg, go shorter than you think. Because if I turn that up now, of it security tag is in the way, but my legs are going to look better when you see more of your leg than when you cut it off, which is why Bermuda shorts down there are actually very, very hard for women to wear unless they've got really skinny, long legs, of which I haven't. Love this jumper. I think a bright jumper like that is really nice. You can see the details there on the shoulders. I'm wearing that in a medium. It's $59. I don't know these brand names. Actually, I know the brand name of the shorts. The brand name is a Goldie, and I'm wearing a waist 24. But like I say, I'm going to try the waist 25 on. But yeah, I really like the Goldie jeans, and they're fitting really nicely as well for the shorts. Okay, so these are going to be a bit divisive. Divisive, is that the right word? Yeah, you're either going to love them or you're going to hate them, basically. So this is the Free People barrel jean. Quite an obvious barrel jean. Great if you've got a big thigh here because it helps to balance them out. I'm not sure. The more I'm wearing them, the more I like them. But initially, I felt they were way too big, but I kind of like that sort of relaxed look about them. I think if you were a bit taller, you'd be able to carry them off a bit better. I'm only 5'3.5", but generally speaking, I like them, so I'll link them. So next up, I'm in the Mother jean, and this is the mid-rise Rambler jean. It's just a really good basic straight leg jean, slightly ankle grazing. I would hope for them to be a little bit shorter on myself, but remember I'm only 5'3". But in terms of a really soft, really nice standard jean, then they are really nice. Very much like them, but the lower rise isn't going to suit everybody. If you are short-waisted, if you've got a big tummy, then you really do need to go for a high rise and then use the top to shape you over. The high rise will suck you all in, and then you don't tuck your top in, because it's particularly if you're short-waisted, because it will make you look even shorter. So we're using the high rise to shape you rather than be the end result. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, these are a really nice jean. Next up, definitely my favourite jeans. These are the Mother Hustler jeans. I think Roller Hustler, I think is what they call. Look at the profile on that. Can you see the nice bell shape? It's really, really flattering. Wearing them in a waist 25, and they're on a special anniversary price in Nordstrom at the moment. I think they've got about $100 off them. They suit everybody. They're very much like the Levi's rib cage, which we also find are a really successful jean on people. These are really soft as well. Yeah, nice colour in this dark wash as well. Very much like those, so I think they are going to be coming home with me. And just before I take these jeans off, found this really lovely cashmere short sleeve jumper, again from Nordstrom, and it's on a special price of $72. I'm wearing it in the small, and I think that just gives a really nice drape. Can you see that? And being short sleeved, it sort of lends itself well to the sort of summery months, but going into the cooler times. I just think the cashmere is always going to look beautiful. So yeah, very much recommend that. They did them in quite a few colours as well. So again, we will link everything that we can find for you. Now in Madewell, just on Princeton High Street. So it's not the biggest of the stores, but it's got some lovely selections. I'm wearing a Me+Em white dress. I tried this on in the striped version when I was in New York. That was equally as lovely. You can put the tie on as I've done today, but also you can just let it hang out. But let's have a look at what Madewell has got to offer. The first thing to say is that they're a jeans company. So they do their jeans in petite, tall and curvy. So that gives loads and loads of options. The denim washes I really like as well. I'm going to try on quite a few of these for you, see how they come up size-wise. So, but yeah, everything comes in petite, tall and curve, and that's really hard to find in a lot of jean brands. So let's start by trying those on. So a really good first start. I absolutely love these jeans. They are definitely coming home with me. So these are the vintage crop straight leg from Madewell. They're coming at the perfect length on me. Love the wash on them. The wash of the jean is really important. It does make a huge difference. So make sure that you coordinate the wash with whatever else is in your wardrobe. Just got my own top on just to try these on, but definitely bringing these home. Now these are a waist 24. Usually in the UK I'm a waist 25 or a waist 26, so again American sizes are definitely coming up a lot bigger, so you need to go down a lot, and this translation of usually you would add 4. So if you are a American 4, you would be a UK 8. That is not the case whatsoever. In most things I am a 0, which would be equivalent to what, a 2 or a 4 even, and I'm definitely not a 4 in the UK. So just keep that in mind if you are translating. They do this version in the curve, so I'm going to try that on because it's meant to be for people who have got bigger hips and a smaller waist. So let's see how that fits. Exactly the same jeans, just the curve version. So these ones will have a smaller waist, so it's to prevent the back gaping there, but you've got some extra width just about here, it feels like it's coming on, so a little bit lower, and the lower thigh area. So if you carry your weight around there, these are going to be brilliant. For me, I think I'm just going to stick with the normal regular shape. So my best way of describing this is if you are probably a good size difference between your top and your bottom, or at least 1 to 2 size difference, so you might be, I don't know, an 8 on the top and a 12 on the bottom, then go for the curve range. But if you're pretty much balanced or only sort of half a size difference between the top and the bottom, then go for their regular range. Next I've got the barrel jean, and this is the darted barrel leg jean. I've had to go down on the waist. I've gone down to a waist 23. However, I've still got a bit of gapage there at the back. So I'd say they're coming tighter on my thighs and bigger on the waist, these jeans are. So that would suggest to me that if you've got a thicker set waist and slimmer legs, these are going to be really good for you. They're a lovely wash, and I think they're a really nice compromise on a barrel. They're not too much, particularly for those of you who are still scared by a barrel jean. They feel like a very sophisticated version of a barrel jean. I think that's probably the best way of saying it, but they still feel really modern. So yeah, I am definitely liking Madewell jeans. The same barrel jeans, this time in the lighter wash, and I've gone up again in the waist. So this waistband is 24, the black or 23. Often that is the case. Different washes will come up at different tightnesses. So the lighter wash, I'd say, is coming up smaller than the black wash. But I'm actually regretting coming into Madewell because it's going to cost me a lot of money, because both of those, all 3 pairs so far, are going to come home with me. So very, very dangerous. If my husband's watching, they were really cheap. So next up we've got the low slung baggy jean. Very nice, very comfortable. Again, it has got the whiskers on the front there, but that's just one of the washes. So the whiskers there, if you are larger on your thighs, are going to draw a bit of attention, but there are many different washes here. I think that's what I'm loving about it, actually, the fact that you've got 3 different sizes, as in lengths, petite, tall, regular, and you've got lots of different washes available in every style of jean. But they feel like, you know, your Sunday morning type of jean, really relaxed, nothing tight and restricted about them, and yeah, really like them. Again, a good length. Now if the jeans don't work for you, we've got the same barrel shape, but this time in the cargo trousers. I've got them on in the navy. I've seen them out there in the khaki green. I believe I also saw them in the white as well, but my goodness, these are comfy. Honest to God, Madewell, You are my new favourite go-to shop for trousers and jeans for my American clients. They are fitting really, really super lovely. So we will link everything as normal. I nearly forgot to say, but this knit is lovely as well. It feels really nice quality. Cardigan, but I would wear that open as well as like a little jacket. Yeah, lovely colour. Love the raspberry, but they also do it in a lot of other colours as well. And I really like these cargo trousers with this knit as well. This comes with a matching cardigan, wearing it in a small, I think at the moment. Really like the border there. We often have to use a waistband like that on our ladies who are a little bit more thick set around their midsection, because that enables us to create some shape, and then the top sort of bags over the waistband basically, as opposed to just going over the stomach like that, which can make the stomach look a bit bigger. So kind of create that type of look, and that feels really sort of modern, like a nice modern knit basically. Love that with those trousers. These trousers are just so super comfy. I really like them. And there's the same trousers, but this time in the green. Now in the green I can actually see the shape a little bit more, and I did say that they were barrel shaped before, but now I'm starting to think that there's actually a slight kick flare, or maybe they would class it as a straight leg, I'm not sure, but it's not as barrel as I thought. It's more straight, still really nice, super comfy. I've had to go down a size in the green, so the blue I was a waist 25, in the green I've been a waist 24. Again, that is very normal based on the darker colour and the dye effect that happens, but yeah, they are very nice as well. Okay, so possibly the first fail in here, but I think actually it's just because they're too big for me. So they are a linen, and these are a barrel shape trouser, can you see? But they are too big and therefore not looking the best. Maybe it's the combination of this top as well, although this top is lovely, so I'm going to try that on with a pair of jeans. But I think as far as a barrel linen trouser go, they are actually very nice. You can see the pocket through them. I know a lot of people don't like that, so yeah, but unfortunately I don't have them in another size for me to try, otherwise I'd try them on for you. But generally speaking, I'd say give them a go if you're after a barrel trouser in a linen fabric. So I've just changed the trousers so that you can see the top a little bit better. That is a really nice cut of a waistcoat. I think that could be very flattering on a lot of people. The fact that we have got this natural break there is going to make the legs look longer in the middle, but it's going to shape you around the waist. So that feels very, very nice. Just got that back on with the barrel jeans on that I had on at the start, and that are still coming home with me. So moving on to some of their clothes in Madewell, starting off with this beautifully cut dress. As you can see, it's got pockets. The straps on at the shoulders here are adjustable at the back, and then it's got a little cutout at the back. Don't think I'm going to be able to twist around enough for you to see that, but the line on the back, you can still wear your bra basically, or a strapless bra at least. The shape here is really beautiful, and it's also shaped really nicely across the hips here. I would say if you are much heavier around the hips, so like 2 to 3 size differences between the top and the bottom, then it's going to make you look bigger. But if you're pretty much balanced between top and bottom, maybe just 1 size out, then it is a gorgeous summer dress. The colour is beautiful, and yeah, really like the quality. Another very easy to wear dress, not tight in any way whatsoever. It's lined up until the knee area, and it's got this neckline that I'm really liking on a lot of my clients. Beautiful cut out sort of daisy, slightly dropped waist, but like I say, it's not tight. So look, if I was to pull it in, that's the shape you would get, but it's actually really quite voluminous. So I'm wearing it in a size small, I believe, and so I definitely wouldn't go up a size in it. If anything, I would go down a size. Bust wise, there's still quite a lot of room to move in it as well, but yeah, I think that's a really pretty summer dress. Next up, a super cute co-ord set. I've got the top on in a medium, so I probably really need the small, and then I've got the shorts on in a 0. The 0 are a little bit small on me, but the 2 are too big, so I don't know if that helps in terms of how the sizing is coming up or not. Linen set, love the little stripe on there. I just think that looks really cute for a day out, sort of. That's the sort of thing that I would walk around New York in now, to still look nice and coordinated but still very much weather appropriate. The stripe, I'm hoping you can pick it up, is kind of like a little browny and cream stripe against the blue background, linen fabric, and the shorts have got the darts, and the shorts have got the seam down the middle, so they feel very, very nice quality. So yeah, lovely little set. We will link everything as normal. Something else I'm noticing is the quality of the bags here in Madewell. They are so nice. So these shoes here, for example, I think they're $98. In the UK, you would spend a lot more money on something like that, especially from the likes of Me+Em. I've just tried on those and they are really nice. Absolutely love those olive ones there. Some beautiful things. And personally, I love a white bag in the summertime as well. I think they're quite hard to find. That one is really nice. Yeah. Overall, very impressed with Madewell, so we will definitely be recommending this to our American clients. Okay, so I'm now in Everlane, where I've come in to try on all of their basics. The first thing I would say is that in the UK, I'm an 8. Which would make me an American size 4. I haven't been a size 4 in anything. I've been either a size 2 or in Everlane today, a size 0. So I think American sizes are definitely coming up bigger than UK sizes, and the translation of just adding on 4 doesn't work at all. But this is a really nice co-ord set. I think this would be great for travelling in. I quite like the idea of this just because it's a little bit barrel-like on the trouser. I feel like you just throw a nice cream jumper over that and it would look nice. But again, just that little matching top makes it a little bit different to just sticking a t-shirt with it. But that said, I will try one of their basics now on with them. There you go, same pair of trousers, but this time with just the basic rib top on. Actually a really nice rib top. It feels lovely. It's got a little bit of extra bag to it, so it's not clinging to the body, which is something that I look for my clients a lot. It's just about covering the bra strap, which is always good, and it's like a slightly off-white creamy colour. So if the bright white isn't so good on your skin tone, then this is really nice. It comes out quite long. There you go, so that can be positioned wherever you need it to be. But yeah, so far I'm liking the basics in Everlane. This is called the Whbm Curve jean, and I would describe it like an in-between a barrel and a slight horseshoe. It's actually very slender throughout the leg, so it's not too voluminous. I'm sorry, as you can see, I can't get my full length in to show you. I will put a photograph at the side if I can. But yeah, they are really nice actually, and they feel like really nice soft denim. I just asked the lady if their jeans stretch, and she said generally speaking their jeans do stretch, but these ones stretch less. Now I'm wearing a waist 24 at the moment. Again, they're too tight. They seem to be out of a waist 25 for everything, but that's the size I would be, and I'm a UK 8, so hopefully that helps some people out. But yeah, impressed with their jeans, like them. Okay, so next up, a really nice pair of, I'd say, slightly smarter trousers. Nice profile there, I'm wearing a size 2 in them, so bearing in mind that I was a 0, 0 in something else, which is just mental. The sizing hasn't been that consistent. That said, because they're higher waist, you do tend to go up a size, but yeah, they're nice, I think, definitely. I think they'd be really good for somebody for work. There's a nice profile on them. Just thrown over a navy knit, which was nice. In fact, their knits all looked really nice, just sort of like a standard navy, but I've thrown it over my shoulders just to show you how you can add a bit of colour in there and create a bit of a different look. Sorry, I can't get all the way back. Look. There we go. I jinxed this, didn't I? Because earlier on I said how big the changing rooms are, and now they're not. And there's that jumper on. It's a really, really nice knit. It feels gorgeous. I've got it on in a medium. So again, I've been a 0, 0 and now I'm a medium in the jumper. So it's just a matter of trying these things on. But I always like a bit of a drape in my tops, which is why I go bigger. The shorts are really good as well. High-waisted, but they've got this kick out, can you see? So the difference here is when you've got a kick out like that, your legs are going to look slimmer. As soon as you start to go tight like that, the leg, you can see my thighs now look much bigger. So a little kick out is the way certainly I have to go, because I need to balance myself out. If you've got super skinny legs, then you don't need to worry, but if they're more shapely, then I would go for something like this. And then another pair, again a little bit baggier, but you can pull the ties in at the bottom if you like them tighter. But I like the idea of those. They are linen. I feel like they're going to stretch, so I would probably, and they're elasticated waistband, so I would probably go down by at least one size, if not 2. Go nice with a navy jumper, but obviously flicking out that little bit of white there as well and putting some cream or white would be really nice with them as well. Like everything today, we will link it all in the description box for you. Okay, so I am now in White House Black Market, trying on a few things. Generally speaking, quality is not good. So I found the odd thing that I like, including this jacket right now, but I'm wearing this in a large, and usually I'm a UK 8-10, but I'm wearing it in the large to get the sort of drape that I'm looking for. I know it's not going to look great with this dress, and I can't get any further back in the changing room, having said how big the American changing rooms were earlier on. But it's really nice on the inside, I have to say, but probably a medium would be the right size for me, and yeah, I'm a UK 8-10, so yeah, first item, but generally speaking, not that impressed with the quality in here, I'm afraid, sorry. So this one actually has a lot of potential. I'm wearing it in the petite and it's too short. Can you see how it's just not covering my flip-flops, and I've got a complete flat on, whereas if that was further to the ground it would make my legs look longer, especially because you've got a big wide trouser on. So whenever you've got a big wide trouser on, you need to go as long to the floor as you can take it, basically. But the structure of this top is actually really nice. It also comes in the black as well. Sorry, the lights here are strobing, so it's not my camera, but yes, like I say, it comes in the black. I'm wearing it in a 2 petite, but they're about to give it to me in a 0 long, I think, in the black. So we'll see if that fits, and if it does, I will put it on camera. There you go, there it is in the black. Much better length on me than flapping around my ankles. Very nice in the black as well. Would be great on holiday for like nice evening meals out. Actually, quite like the gold as well now, but yeah, both are nice. I'm now wearing in the regular range, I'm now wearing the size 0 in the regular range. Great if you've got an event to go to, or just like I say, for me, I'd wear this sort of thing late at night on holiday for evenings out. That really nice neckline, very flattering, and I think they've got 25% off at the moment. Okay, I have found this. It's in the sale and it is really nice quality. So eating my words with this a little bit. The shoulder detail there is really lovely, but she told me that this comes up really big, and it is. I'm having to wear a 0 in this, which is ridiculous. I haven't been in a zero in anything else whilst I've been here in America. But yeah, that's really nice. It kind of gives me, you know, you could wear that for work on a hot day because it's still got structure, but it's still loose and fluid at the same time. The structure is coming from the lapels here, the design in the shoulder, but actually it's very, very comfortable. Sort of like I think it's a linen blend, but I'll have a look and I will link it for you. And the only other thing that I could find was this dress, which is very quite sweet. Size 2 I'm wearing in it. It's just coming up a little short on the ankles. Can you see that? Now bearing in mind I'm only 5'3½", that is going to be quite short on anybody else, but it is flattering. It's got a nice shape down there, nice halter neck around here. I'm wearing a strapless bra at the moment, and again it's one of the items that are in the sale. Now in Banana Republic, love Banana Republic online. I buy a lot for my American clients. Starting off with this swing top, which could be seen as a really just sort of shapeless oversized top, but actually I think they give a really cool edge to a very basic trouser. So all I've got on here is one of their chinos. They're quite low waist, can you see that? But they're just a really nice casual shape, and then when you add a swing top in like this, it just gives it a little bit more edge to what can be a bit of a mumsy trouser. I would start to now build this up a little bit, maybe add a denim shirt on. Let's try that. There you go, so something like that, and that makes it very wearable for a lot of people. It doesn't have to be a swing jumper underneath, it could just be any sort of plain top, but when you do take the shirt off, when you've got a top on like that, it gives quite a nice structure and doesn't make the outfit look too mumsy. But if that swing top you feel is going to be sort of too big and baggy, then something like this is a great alternative. Again, getting that shoulder bit out. Don't worry if you've got a larger arm. When you're showing this bit of the shoulder, the arm will actually look smaller. But that knit is really nice as well. It's got a nice pattern to it and just goes really nice with this baggy pair of trousers and definitely modernises the look up a little bit. So I'm just starting to play around now with the pieces that I've bought in, but styling them up differently so that you can see that you know, the navy trousers with the swing top, that might not have been right to you for your lifestyle. By picking basics up, you can make sort of any combination that you want really. So now we're using the denim shirt, but this time I've just picked up a plain white jumper, and if you don't like the bits hanging out here, then you could just simply do that, and then you've got a slightly different look again. Even just turning the cuffs up differently on your jumper will make for a different look. You know, flicking the collar up there will make for a different look as well. So building up on the basics, and especially in a place like Banana Republic, I think is really beneficial because, like I say, you can just swap the basics around to create lots of different looks. So a very nice basic simple dress here, but certainly with white underwear on, it's a little bit see-through. So I think you would have to put nude underwear on. It feels like it would be a great dress for being on a holiday with maybe your swimming costume underneath, but it still feels like it would give you a lot of coverage. It's also in the sale, so I will link it. I'm wearing an extra small and it feels quite generous. So especially if you're using it as a cover-up, feels nice quality is what I'd say, and the split up the side as well really helps if you're shorter, so it doesn't become so overwhelming. So conclusion on this one, a really nice light airy dress, but nude underwear or just bikini. Now this little cord set would be really nice, but the top is way too big for me. They don't have my size in, but in terms of how it feels, it's lovely. As you can see, a little cropped linen trouser and then a matching top. It comes in the white, black and the red. It doesn't show too much of your stomach either, so it's quite generous on the length there, but it's just that little bit of flash of your stomach there which can make these cord sets look really modern and really nice. But yeah, just it doesn't fit me unfortunately, but I think they do the shorts as well, so let me see if I can try those on. There you go, the shorts are a super nice shape, like a paper bag here, so go even higher up the stomach area, and then with a little crop top, that's really nice as well. I think the shorts, like the trousers, come in the black and the white as well, but the red is very nice as well for summer. So yeah, if the top fitted me, I would probably get that set, but unfortunately it doesn't. So my battery is about to give up on me. I am in Banana Republic. I would love to try on more here for you. I've seen a load more items, but I'm not going to be able to tonight. So I will link some more pieces on the board for you that I was going to try on. I'll put them in a different section for you. But for now, I'm going to switch the camera off before I lose all my footage. So that's me back at my rental in Princeton. I told you that we are actually living a few doors down from where Einstein lived, and then Nobel Prize winners have since lived in there as well. So I'm hoping that some of it rubs off on myself and my daughter whilst we're here. But anyway, I've had a fun day shopping in America. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do remember to use my code for Renew+Me. Got it right here because I'm about to go and take my makeup off and use it for the evening. So my code of styling will get you $4.99 off the first month. Remember that their expert dermatology team suggests that you should use it for 12 weeks. And if you don't see any sort of improvement within the 12 weeks, then you get your money back. So there really is no harm in going on there, doing their online consultation, telling them where your areas of concern are, and you get it personalised to yourself. I think that's what I love about it. It seems to have really targeted my areas, and I seem to have a belief in it that I don't have, because, well, it's different ingredients from the high street, like I mentioned anyway. So yeah, I really like it. I think it's a really affordable way of getting a really personalised skincare routine. Use the code styling, fill out the questionnaire, and I really hope you like it as much as I do. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. For both our American and UK audience, everything will be linked in the description box, and I will no doubt see you again next week. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.